Right, hello everyone. Welcome to Friday Night with Hilly, and we are at Silverstone for a short qualifying sprint race, 50% race. Thanks for joining. I'm just doing the old sharing the link about, so just bear with me. It's, just while I'm doing this, Vice is joining me. He's not on comms tonight, he's actually driving, but welcome, Vice. Just for a quick chat before we actually start. So, hello. Well, we spoke earlier on. I wasn't intending on doing any interviews or anything. So actually, what I've done, I just want to invite you in for a quick chat, really. So, um, you're driving tonight. You've forsaken me tonight to go and drive instead of doing comms with me. And yeah, so basically, as soon as you get offered a drive, that's it. Hilly goes to the back of the queue then, isn't it? Well, if I let you, yeah, if I let you. Of course, I'll let you. You're always welcome. You know that. Um, yeah. Okay. Well, just a quick chat for tonight then. So we're at Silverstone. If you managed to get much practice in, obviously you didn't know until reason, like today, basically, that you were able to drive. So, um, nice. No, it was. I know. I can absolutely 100% tell you will not make Q2 today. Oh, hang on. Vice. Come on, mate. You're a comms dude. You haven't included your audio. They can't hear you. Oh, what is going on? Right, are you too serious? Are you that you can't hear him? Right, okay. Well, why then? I did my side. If I didn't do my side, you wouldn't be able to tick that box. So, do what? Alright, okay. Right, I've done it.
Yeah, it
Just
says my audio's included.
right, okay.
Yeah, it says your audio's included. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, hopefully that's where it's. Alright then, well, what do we do then? Just go back through what we've done.
Well,
I don't know.
I'll just recap what I said basically. So, I felt like I wasn't really finding that much time, and I didn't know where to find it. But then at the end of practice, I did one run on the softs, and I found like 1.8 seconds, and I feel like there's still more tenths in it. So, Um, yeah, I feel like if I do absolutely perfect my lap, I feel like I've got a chance to get in the top 10. But yeah, I think a decent quality for me would be around P11 to P15.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's fair. There's certainly some drivers in here that you can compete with tonight. So, um, I don't think I don't think there's any reason to think that you're going to be down towards the back. I think what you said there is very achievable for you. Um, is this going to be your
Watch me
first?
completely bottle it.
Is this going to be your first sprint race in a league?
Yes, it will be. I've done
It will be.
my first race in mixed bowl conditions, my second one in full dry conditions, and then my last one in full wet conditions.
Yes,
Right.
last night's where
Yeah.
yeah, Uzers did you out of the driver of the day, didn't he? I remember this well.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. So that's what Well says in a way. He well agrees. Um, okay, well, other than that, then obviously you're in your sort of infancy in league racing, so your goal really each race at the moment is keep it clean, um,
Yeah.
see where you finish, see how competitive you are. But the actual competitive for race wins and podiums and all that will come at a later point. When you've had the amount of practice that everybody around you has. So, it's a little bit down the line, but I think your first season, if you call it that, you are a reserve, but I think you're likely to get seats more than not often than not, as long as the wheel's nice. Or no, it's not the wheel in PRF1, is it? That,
Yeah.
it's the hat
It's
with
a
the lanky
list.
hand.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, okay, so if you were to be doing a full season at the moment, where would you be putting your sort of your target sort of thing?
I would say in a full season. Oh, honestly, I would just say consistency. Just yeah, as you said, keeping it clean, keeping consistent, learning how to battle with people side by side a bit more. Because obviously, before I've literally just been racing against AI, which isn't a good representation. So, uh, yeah, I'm just hoping to keep it clean, just get some experience. And it's just really simple stuff, like even just some buttons on the wheel or stuff like that, or just learning how to make just quick calls and stuff like that. As of the actual points which I'm scoring and where I finish in the race, as long as I've been consistent, I've kept it clean and all that, I will
Yeah,
be happy.
absolutely, fair enough. That's very fair target and a very um, reasonable expectation of yourself. I think you can achieve that all of that quite comfortably, really. Um, from a wise, well, I was going to say a wise old man, from an old man to a young lad. Silverstone, be careful. I was going to say turn one at the race, but actually just the whole of sector one at the start of the race. Just be
Yeah,
careful. All right, it gets
I'm
swamped.
scared about
Uh,
that. Yeah, yeah.
but you kind of get a trial run for it because of because it's a sprint race as
Sprint.
well.
Yeah.
You kind of get a trial run tonight, so that might help. But yeah. Other than that, Vice, they're going into quali, so I'm going to let you go because Silverstone's quite a long lap. I don't want to eat up any of your quali time, really. So get yourself out there. Good luck, and who knows? Keep it clean. I might speak to you at the end of the night on a podium. You never know. You never know.
Yeah. Thanks, mate, and hopefully it's a good race for you to do bombs on.
Thank you. Thank you very much. See you later.
Bye.
Okay, guys, so that is Vice. As well said there in the chat, the young Vice, the young man, um, just 13 years of age, just starting out with it, so fair play to him. Um, if it's not raining, there'll be steaks on a barbecue. Is that if it's not raining in Silverstone tonight, or for your birthday? You're 39 on Sunday, so what month are we in? We're in July, aren't we? So you're about half a year behind me, operator. Half a year behind me. In fact, if we'd have gone to school together, you'd been one of the youngest in the year, and I'd have been the older one. I wouldn't be one of the oldest in the year, not in January. My birthday's January. Barbecue on Sunday, yay! Me and well invited. Come and welcome. Welcome. Well, with Gooner here, who's on an outlet. As you can see, this new idea of how to heat your tyres up, max out the revs in a lower gear around the track. I tried it last night, didn't do a bloody thing. I tried it. What did we What track did we race last night? Well, was it Australia? I think it was. Full wets for the race, but quality wasn't, and I was trying this supposed new way of heating your tyres, and it didn't do a thing. I ended up trying to do a quality lap with 80-degree soft tyres, and it was just rubbish. You're not paying for flights? I think you should. I mean, we're going to be the guests of honour at your birthday. I mean, you know, and instead of taking a fee, you pay for the flights, but I won't take a fee for my appearance. Operator, I'll let you have the appearance for free. Have a celebrity at your birthday. Hilly's offering it up for free. Here comes Gunnar. Back to the end of sector 1. 27.334. The first one. That's not going to be enough, operator, I'm afraid. That's, you know, throw the beers in as well. You throw the beers in as well as the steaks. We'll pay our own flights. Maggots and Beckett's for the first time this evening. Doing 102.6. That strikes me as a decent second sector time, actually. Not 100% sure what to expect tonight in terms of pole. I think we're looking at a low 125, but we might nip into the 124s. Bruno across the line, 126.1. Looked like he maybe lost a little bit in the final sector there. 26.4. Axel, 25.7. Shrek on one, I think he is about to cross the line. 26.5. Swing to P4. Theo. Going down the back straight. So, there we go. Well, we got free beer and free steaks. You just got to buy our flights. You just got to pay for the flights, well. Then we can go. Theo, P5, 126.9. Spreader. We see McLaren this evening. Well, not this evening, he's every week actually, to be fair. Don't want to talk about. Lines up the Maggots and Beckett's. Nicely done. Probably a bit of time left in there, but not bad for a first attempt. As we come up on back of a Ferrari. 19 on grid tonight at the moment. I don't know why we're one short, we should be full. .3 from Spreader. Goes P3 in fact on that time at the moment. Axel looking very handy at the moment. Let's go to we've got Nifty Shane and Scott. Scott's a tiny bit further around, so hello also to Axel. Sorry Axel, I was doing the interview thing with Vice. Typed. To Cops. Nice. It's basically flat now, Cops. You can take it flat in qualifying at least. You won't be taking it flat in a race with a load of fuel on board, but just feels nicer now through there. 103.4 for Scott. So expecting him somewhere around a 27.3, so I'm expecting him to go into around about P11. Ooh, bit faster actually, 27.0, this goes P10. Nicely done. Robbo. That actually tells us that Gunar's definitely got more time in that final sector. As it was Gunar's second sector time that I was going by. Robbo, I raced with Robbo. Twice actually here at Silverstone recently in PRF1 and another league, I can't remember where. And, it looks good. It looked like he had decent pace. I think he'd definitely be on for a good result tonight. .6.1 for Robbo, goes P3, just ahead of Matt Daly. He's off to a brilliant start in his PRF1 career. Shane, just going through Nuggets and Beckett's. I don't think he's not on a lap though, so I think everybody has completed a lap now actually, so Gunnar is back out. Nice actually. Lap, so we'll go to the young man. Chat, see how he gets on. I definitely think his sort of quality target, 11th to 15th, that sort of area. I think that's achievable for Vice, definitely. Just a bit wide down the right hander. But comes back in quite nicely and gets on the power okay. Nicely through Cops. Stays in 8th gear. Could do with just lowering it to 7th just on the exit Cops. It's bad through Cops, through Maggots and Beckett's as well. Down straight now to Stowe, is it? I think this is called. I do get those guys, if I get the corner names mixed up, don't bother telling me, I'll just put up with it. Getting on, I'm a bit forgetful in the old age, you know, and I mix the corner names up sometimes. So sue me. 27.2 from Vice puts him in P15 in fact. And little bits there that shows he's definitely got a bit more time in him yet, so he's definitely looking like he can challenge for that sort of 11th to 15th spot then. No, slightly up through sets of 1. Actually, I haven't done a hilly hop that yet, we'll do that in a moment. Let's just, oh, I think he's going to back out of this. That's going to destroy his lap. Have a bit of practice from Maggots and Beckett's though. And out. So, well, he's actually slightly up. I swear he's in 102.2 the first time he went through there, but it's showing him up. There's no doubt at all, whatever time he sets here, we know he's got more in it because completely messed up Cops. 126.002 improves by 99 thousandths of a second as P3 stays P3. In fact, Ollie's nips into P2 on a 25.7. I've missed that one. So just started a lap. Let's go with him. I think he probably is favourite for tonight's pole position, but Ollie's looking competitive. Shrek as well, who's just gone into P3. 25.8. So down this smaller straight then. Oh, Nifty Shane has retired. I think he's done that in the pits. He's then left the session. Quite sure what that's for, what that's about. sending Nifty Chain a quick message a second. Apologies, I'm not ignoring you all. Just right, okay. Right then, Axel anyway has gone 25.3. Let's go faster and make it more difficult for the rest. What else we got on one here? It's got 5,000 stuff in sector 1. Got any more in it? Perfect. It's all through Maggots and Beckets, but does find a bit more time. Yeah, there's Nifty Chain rejoining. Just over half a tenth improvement from Scott. Goes P12 on that one ahead of Theo. James is out there as well in the other Williams. Nifty just said something about save data got deleted, so need to fix settings. Sure. James H, give us a slice of bread. What a strange comment. I agree, well, very strange, isn't it? Don't know what he's talking about. Maybe referring to the 6 slices of bread and butter I had with my dinner tonight. It made me pretty much unable to move for about an hour afterwards. It was greedy, I'm not gonna lie, that was really, really greedy. And it's not good for your kids, don't have it. I actually weighed myself earlier on. Almost died of shock to find out I put on 2 stone since the last time I weighed myself. I knew I'd put on weight, I knew I was bigger. I could see it. Wow, 2 stone. Whew. So, yeah, you know, pretty nice through Maggots and Beckets. What's his time like through sector 2? He's just up, 3/4 of a tenth. No, not too. Yes, of course I had it. Yes, I had 6 slices of bread and butter with my dinner. I had chips, bacon, egg. Well, just the yolk of the egg because I can't eat the whites. A few sausages, tomatoes, fried mushrooms. So fry up basically was chips. Like a, you know. Ollie, where are you? You're early on in the lap. Where are you early on? You early on for, man? Who is this? This is Dark Lord, about to start a lap, so let's see if we can do the hilly hot lap with him. He comes to cross the line and we head down to turn 1. Comes in flat out through turn 1 and turn 2, then we head down, late braking, late apex turn in, open up the steering, get a little throttle input in between the corners, and he's just taking a bit of inside curve there which you wouldn't have wanted, and all about getting on the power out of that turn 4, so be careful, it is a bit slippy, but it's so important to get on the power as quick as you can. Nice through the left-hander and then into this slow right-hander. Constantly feel like you want to put the power down all the time, but you just got to wait a little bit and flat out through the kink basically. Head up to Cops now, flat out now through Cops. Say, oh, just runs wide. He's not invalidated it though. Left the power slightly. And flat out for this part of Maggots, and down to 7th for Beckett's, down to 6th for the exit, and out DRS open once again, down Hanger Straight, and we head down now to Stowe. Again, late braking, late turning to get the maximum out of the apex here. Open it up, get on the power, down into what I tend to call the stadium section of the track. And again, just be careful through there. The power is difficult to get down. I had realised that Dark Lord had backed out of the lap, but I wanted to just complete it with him. So, but that is a lap of Silverstone. Trying to see who we've got, who's improving. Yeah, it was quite a big dinner. Well, you can blame my dad for that. It's his favourite, so we have it every Friday. But it's one of these people. He wants this, he wants that, he wants the other on his plate, and then when it actually comes to eating it, he sticks it all on my plate. If I'm doing 3 sausages, one of those go on my plate. If I'm doing 3 rashers of bacon, one of those goes on my plate. But if I'm doing 2 of each, then he complains, you know? I'm so glad he's got his headset on, he can't hear me. No, the checkered flag is out, by the way, so quali is coming to a close. Any drivers listening to the stream, do remember that Dax is not improving. Do remember there will be a break. Up. His current improvement would actually see him go into P4 ahead of Big D. And if memory serves me right, this final section is where he could really find some time, but he's a little bit wide. But does still find some time, just over a 10.5 improvement, and does go into big P4 ahead of Big D, and that is qualifying. So congratulations once again to Axel on pole position, or at least pole position for the sprint race. It's not the official pole position, of course. It's pole position for the sprint race. Shrek in P2, Wally P3, Gunnar in 4, Big D5, Robo 6, Spreader 7. I will finish that off in just a moment. I just didn't have enough time to do. Oh man. At least it was only qualifying for the qualifying, mate. And you might be a bit safer where you're starting into turn 1, hopefully. So yeah, Spreader in P7, Matt Daly in 8, Dark Mark 9, Nifty Shane, despite that retirement when he had to leave, does manage to just about nip in the top 10. Scott P11, Theo in 12, Davis 13, Atkins 14, Gumbo in 15, Vice will start 16, so just outside that 15th place. But didn't manage to get that final run in, of course. So Dark Lord 17, Fatal in 18, and Operator will start P19. There's the instance, just in case I need it for some weird reason. But there we are. So that is qualifying. As I say, there will be a break, guys. General rule to stick by in any league, quite frankly, is don't ready up. Wait for an admin to do it. If you do that, you can never get in trouble. So, there you go. We will have a quick break. Which I'm going to take advantage of because my coffee's gone cold, so I'm just going to down it and make another one. So I'll see you in a moment. Okay, back with you. Vice would have gotten 12. Well, you can't say that for certain. You might have spun at cops, or maggots, or stow, or if you well, you might have spun on a straight. But so you can't be sure. But I know what you mean. If you've done what you could have, what you felt you're capable of, then you should have got 12. Fair enough. I've just seen that Matt Daly has said, "Oh my God, I thought it was full quali. I did one lap and I thought we were going to go into Q2, so I didn't say any more." So here we go for the sprint. Lights are on, all 5 lights are on, and away we go. As Axel looks to react pretty well, Shrek seems to do pretty well as well, and they come flying through turns 1 and 2. Let's see. Everyone try and get a best view I can for you guys, but wow, cars everywhere. Oh, Williams is round, Scott's round. Well, enough to one I was on board with, but other than that, I think everybody's gotten through okay. Quick look at tyres. Quite an even split between medium and soft. I'm a little surprised at that. I would have thought that medium was the go-to tyre for the sprint. Right, in a way, let's just go down to Matt, who's really close to spreader here. Pretty close on his gearbox. Much. Right. As always at this point of a race, or a sprint race, very, very tight throughout the field still, as Robert tries to get up the inside of Nifty Shane, but Nifty with the softs just had too much grip for him. Down. Oh, Nifty gets a little out of shape in front of us. The front seems to lose too much power for it, and continues on. And just gotten away slightly, so let's just move. Oh, we got a yellow flag, and I think it's Theo. It is. Theo off at turn 1 by the looks of it. Sort of turns 1 and 2 in a way. And Fatal into the pits, and it looks like that was a wing change. Let's go then back to the leaders at the moment. Well, Axel and Shrek have managed to pull that 1 second gap over Ollie. All important 1 second gap. Hello, Whoopi. Good evening, my friend. How the devil are you? Nuggets and Beckett's following very nicely. Not the easiest thing to do, by the way, following through. Not too close there, obviously, but not the easiest thing to do, following through Maggots and Beckett's with the dirty air of a car in front. So, stick with this. There are battles, of course, going on elsewhere. In fact, yeah, let's just come down the. Oh, come on, give me a better angle. Oh, there's contact. Contact. I think Davis got a lot of curb on the inside, which made him struggle. Resulted in a bit of contact from Matt, and it's lost him a couple of places. So he'll start again. So, hang on, but of course it was only the sprint, so. Although there are some. Sorry, let's go back down to Matt again, as Goomba's starting to have a look at him, so that's Matt in front of us. So yeah, there are some points on offer, 1st to 8th. 8th for 1st and 1 for 8th, as it is in real life. Back to props. I'm just going to go back to the leaders, because Shrek is closer to Axel this time than he has been before, and of course on this lap will have DRS down the straight, so this looks like a real opportunity for Shrek. As he goes to the outside, he's going to have this done way before we reach the corner. And that is nicely done from Shrek. Really not so much in the actual overtake, it's the build-up to it. He's done all the work in the build-up to that overtake to actually make the move itself as easy as possible. And done with DRS. I'm just going to nip down to Nifty. Really, really close with Davis. Look how close the field still is. If I go to the broadcast cam, there's just cars everywhere still. He has a little look in the inside, almost as if to say to Davis, I'm here. I'm looking to get past you. He goes to the inside. I think that was a bit 50-50 there. I felt Davis turned in a bit, but I also think Nifty was a bit optimistic with the move, if I'm honest. I don't think he really made the inside of the corner properly. So I think that was a bit 50-50. Obviously, don't get the benefits of replays to have another look at it, but that was my first thoughts on that one. So, go almost anywhere to try and pick a battle for us here, guys. There's knowing where to go, that's the problem. It's picking one. We've almost got to just pick one and stick with it at this point. This is Spreader on the back of Big D. As you can see, they're in a bit of a train at the moment, so you can see 3 cars ahead. So that is Ollie leading this group. Gunnar, the car behind. Then it's Big D, and we're on the Spreader. This does have gaps to Dark Mark, who's in P7. Shrek goes fastest. So close, Shrek, to pulling out the 1 second to Axel. There's every chance, even with just a sprint race of 9 laps, there's every chance that those softs are going to be struggling in the last sort of 2 or 3 laps. Going to go to the front of this battle. Gunnar goes to the inside. Oh, come on. Give me a view. It's a bit better. Gunnar then round Ollie and is able to make the move around the outside on the right-hander, really. Pretty much level coming out of the left. So Gunnar up to P3. But he's going to be potentially a bit of a send up for the Hanger Straight as we lose Fatal Defiance, who retires in the pit, so there will be no safety car or anything like that. Hanger Straight, can Gunnar hold him off to give him a lap? No, Ollie comes flying through, squeezes Gunnar a little bit to the outside, from the right home about, but well within the limits of what you're allowed to do. Was the Spreader completely outbraking himself. Gets back on and gets going before Dark Mark can catch him, but that's dropped him off the back of these guys as Fatal's car has rejoined the track. It's not ghosted either. These guys are going to have to be super careful. And now it pulls off the track to retire. So, really should have been doing that, you see. That could easily have caused an accident. I'm just driven to the end. Gunnar obviously got back past him on the last lap down the straight. They're just a little bit wide, almost like the car the curb took him slightly on the right hand part of that. And I feel for the likes of Big D, well, the Spreader when he was there, but on the back of this, and he's all he can hope for really, Big D at the moment, is for one of these guys to make a mistake ahead of him, because he's just stuck in a train. He's stuck behind them. There's nothing he can do about it. down. Let's go to Davis, who's got the back of Gumba. This is for P9. Gumba having a good sprint. Let's just have a quick look at the position changes, actually. Yeah, Gumba's up 6 places. Brilliant sprint for him. That's the biggest gain on track. Scott and Theo have lost the most. Down 6. Oh! Davis looks a little out of shape. Davis having a good one as well up 3, although he's just lost one to Matt Daly, who appears. And there's an overtake going on behind us as well. Dark Lord battling away with Nifty Shane, although Dark Lord's got a penalty. Had a decent little view from the rear of Davis. Go to the broad. Well, I mean, it just shows, doesn't it, how close it is. So I'll just bring out the penalties for the end of this race because it's only the 3 penalties, but we've just been a sprint race. Not likely to get many. They all want to get past, but it's just so difficult. Everybody's using their energy, everybody's using DRS. Apart from the driver at the front of all this, who is Gumba, who is doing absolutely superbly. And look at his energy. Well, Matt Daly, who's on the back of Gumba now, has got the most energy, but Gumba's only 5% below him. All of the others are like 11, 16, 13%, so... And Matt Daly's got a 3-second penalty, so if Gumba plays his cards right here, he'd have had an exceptional sprint. As Davis gets back ahead of Matt. Oh, I think there's contact. Davis goes round. Oh, that'll be frustration for the Red Bull man. There. Maybe one for the stewards to look at. What this has done is allowed Dark Lord into P10, but it's created a lovely gap for Gumba. It looks like he's going to go on and, in my eyes, be the star man of the sprint. Absolutely stunning drive from Gumba. Fair play to him. But the battle at the top is going to come down to the final lap. 4 attempts, the difference. 20, well, basically 30% energy against 35% energy. 35 being Shrek's. So they've both got plenty of energy. They're both almost certainly, you feel, going to try and keep that for Hanger straight. And this is going to seriously depend on how close Axel can keep to the gearbox of Shrek here. Let's go to the other view. He's a little bit off at the moment. Shrek still has about a 5% energy advantage. So there's a bit better through Maggots and Beckett's, but I don't think he's close enough. It's a 5.5 gap. See how big the advantage can be down here, but the fact that Shrek had that slight, albeit, sorry, advantage, albeit slight advantage on energy, enables him to fight off Axel to take victory in the sprint and pole position for the main feature race. Axel in P2, Ollie will cross the line P3, well done. Gunnar 4, lovely battling all the way through, guys. Big D as well. Spreader unlucky in P6, but still not bad at all. Dark Mark in 7, Robbo picks up the final point. Gumba though, definitely the driver of the sprint without a shadow of a doubt in P9. Nifty Shane P10, Vice up to P11. Well done, young man. Well done. Dark Lord P12, Atkins 13. I'll finish that off in just a moment, but what a brilliant sprint race. Atkins 13. Yeah, even the game agrees with the Goomba shout. What a sprint race that was from Goomba. Absolutely brilliant. Easily the best I've seen him drive this season. Absolutely brilliant. It's a shame he's not going to get a point for it. He does deserve it, but there you go. He puts into the top of the list for driver of the day, though. If he does well in the main sprint as well, in the main race, sorry, as well. Anyway, where were we? Atkins P13, Matt Daly in 14, Scott 15, Davis 16. Obviously, that late collision between Matt and Davis meant they finished further down than they should have. Operator in 17, Theo 18, Fatal Defiance, the only retirement of the sprint in P19 incidents. I'll quickly scroll through them just for the stewards. And there we have it. So, that is the sprint race. And what a sprint. What a race that was. Absolutely superb driving. A couple of little incidents in there, but nothing that's going to sort of put a dampener on it or anything like that. It's incidents happen. All the drivers understand that. They know that. Okay, I understand that, mate. But I know it's not your fault, but your car came back out on track and very easily could have caused an incident. It wasn't ghosted, so just be aware of that when you do things like that. I'm not for a second suggesting that would be your fault, but it's just be aware of those sorts of things because it was very close to a few drivers coming around there. Anyway, that is the sprint race. We will be going into the main feature race at 50% distance in just a moment. We will see you then, and of course I am hilly, so I need another coffee. So I'll see you in a moment, guys. Guys, back with you, and just did a quick battery change just to make sure we don't run out during the session. So just nips onto Discord. Just do a quick look. So it turned out, in a way, that the soft tyres worked every bit as well as the mediums, but presumably anybody that used softs in the sprint won't have a set of softs for the feature race, I would have thought. So that would have been the set they saved. So here we go. Lights are coming on. Evening, Mark. 5 lights on, and once again, away we go. This time Shrek off the line, but Axel seems to get off a lot quicker. And Axel takes the lead of the race off the start line into turn 1. And we got, well, cars everywhere as it always is at the start of a race. But so far, no sign of a yellow flag just yet. Well done, guys. Very well done. Let's get the tyres up for you. Look how compact it is. Goodness me. Oh, the Ferraris are side by side. And again into the right-hander. Nifty Shane, by the way. Oh, actually, I was just about to say he's a reserve. I'm not 100% sure. I think he is. I think Nifty's a reserve tonight. Big D is full-time, so they are obviously teammates for this evening, but not properly for the season, so there probably won't be any actual team orders going on down there at Ferrari. It's Big D on the back of Spread. Spread's had a decent start up into P5. He has to go to have a look at Dart Mark. Who's that? Dart Mark's in P4. He must have flown off the start. Oh, we got a yellow flag. Ah, it's Vice. It's the young man Vice who's round, just trying to get a look at his front wing. I think he's okay. Yeah, he's got both end plates, he's fine. So, just needs to get going again. And carry on with his race. I forgot where we were now. Here's a battle in a way. Robbo and Matt Daly. Here we come. Out of there again. Still side by side, but it looks like... Oh, well, in fact, yeah, that's Matt Daly behind. Still trying to get past, but really any room there. Robbo had actually done so well through turns 1 and 2 in fighting Matt Daly off. He nearly managed to have a look at Nifty. In fact, he is having a look at Nifty now. What a straight line speed that Robbo had over the Ferrari. It's only lap 2, by the way, so there's no DRS there. That was pure straight line speed. And we've got a pretty good view of these two guys side by side. Oh no, that was lag on my screen, thank goodness. They do well. Looks like Matt just has to ease off a little bit, but he managed to get through cops together. Well, we've had the sprint race revote. We've got the yeah. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. No, I see what you mean now. But it's Ollie and Nifty fighting away. Ollie manages to hold it and get away. And Matt Daly is just to her inside here. Good bit of racing from the two. Well done, Nifty. Was aware of his presence and left the room, but battled him off. Well, Matt likes to stick a wing in, doesn't he? He's got to be careful doing that. No reason at all for Nifty to leave him any room on the outside there. He's nowhere near far enough alongside. So he attempts on a move, but it's actually paid off for him. As Matt is now up into P9. when you do something like that, when you stick your nose along the outside of a corner like that, and it's sudden like that, you're not alongside going into the corner. It's, by late braking, you get your nose alongside. You are so trusting to the other driver, and ultimately, there's no reason at all why he's got to leave him room. You have to have your car sufficiently alongside before attempting a move. So, as Shrek retakes the lead of the race. So, interesting. Hey, Papa. Hope you're good. You've missed a lot, Mark. Yeah, we had a sprint race. It was absolutely brilliant. Pretty much almost instant free. And just battling throughout. And I don't think this race is going to be much different by the looks of it. Sorry, I had a message in Discord. I was just taking a quick look. Yes, Mark, I am. Bahrain, isn't it? Always one of my favourite tracks, so definitely looking forward to it. As Shrek is looking fast, man. He's pulled over a second now to Axel. And Axel just nips back inside for a moment. Shrek is building that gap, and if he can get him out to 1 second, that could be halfway to victory, perhaps. Gunnar in P3, they have gapped Big D as Spreader is alongside. Drops off a little bit before turn 1. He's going to have the inside to turn 3. Doesn't, by the looks of it, really fancy it. Doesn't try to outbrake, just cedes the corner, and will live to fight another day. But with this DRS zone and then the back straight DRS zone, it's too... Well, this DRS zone not so much, but the one on the back straight is a huge chance for overtaking, so it's not a real need to try and force any moves around here. There's plenty of scope to do so on the straights. Only reason I can think that you may need to make moves, or slightly more dangerous moves in corners around here, would be if you're sort of, if you set up a bit too high on the old downforce and you're struggling to be a straight line. That's the only reason I can think you might have to try and force something. See ahead to us that Shredder just doesn't get alongside at all there. And hey, Clem. Yeah, absolutely, the winner could have one of me cookies. Oh no, I ate them all. What are you talking about? Well, that's why I have an Angel Delight, because I ate all the cookies. I bet after the Angel Delight as well, but shh. Swear then. It's just the same as the sprint. There is battles everywhere. I'm not quite sure which one to watch, to be quite honest with you. I don't know. I know Spreader does like to set up a little bit higher on the wings, so I'm not after my own art in that regard, because I'm the same, but I found so far playing the game, I haven't done loads of anywhere near as many races as most, but I have found that because of the sort of overpowering nature of DRS on this game, that running a bit of a higher wing to other people isn't such a big thing as it was in 22. I'm not sure whether the lag that it looks like Big D's having it. I don't know if that's me or him, so it's a bit difficult, and it might explain why Spreader's having so much trouble trying to get through as Vice becomes first to pick up a penalty this evening in the main race. Superb sprint race device, but it's not just a little spin at Maggots and Beckett's on that one. It's off the back of the pack, but seems to stick with it at the moment. They do indeed still make it, Mark. I've been having it a lot recently. I had chocolate tonight, but I think my favourite's the strawberry, but I did have chocolate tonight. This time, Spread does go for it. Through the left-hander. Big D decides to stay with him and battle for the position. Spreader has got the outside on the corner exit. Generally tends to hold the better traction, and that's what has gained in the position in the end. Dartmart was very much waiting for an opportunity, or was it Matt Daly actually maybe, but Big D was around very wide at Cops. That has allowed Matt Daly through, and Dartmart was very much there with him as well. I think Dartmart's going to get a chance here. Stowe. And I think there's a little touch of wheels. No more than that. And they're side by side into the stadium. Big D is not giving an inch, is he? He's fighting for every single position. As Ollie, I think, has had a spin. Oh, it's out of the final corners. It's yeah, it's a tough old traction zone. That it's very low on the old traction. Still, even in this game, very easy to spin there. Take it to school in your lunchbox. Wow, it's yeah, definitely one of my favourite things as a kid was Angel Delight. And Nesquik milkshakes. Do you remember Nesquik milkshakes? Oh dear. So, no, I think I need to go up to Spreader, guys. He's on. Well, Matt Daly's actually gotten past Spreader. I missed that one, but Spreader is right on his gearbox here. And Spreader get a run. Looks to pick up the slipstream with DRS. And he's going to have the inside. And makes the move stick by the looks of it. I don't think Matt can come back now. No, I think Spreader's got that done, quite frankly. And Matt actually picks up a penalty coming out of Stowe there, so it may affect him later in the race or at the end of the race. I'll tell you what, guys, the one to watch out for right now in terms of winning this race is Gunnar. These top three have gapped P4 by 8 seconds. Gunnar is only 2.7 seconds off the lead, and he has started on the hard tyres. Yeah, it was smart, wasn't it? But they didn't, back, like, when we were kids, mate, they didn't have the milkshake machines that they got now in Mackey's, so but they were alright, just for a little homemade milkshakes. I thought they was quite good, like. Get told off by your parents for using all the milk lines. Matt retakes P4 off the Spreader. I can't take my eyes off of these guys. This is immense battling from them. Oh, we've got a yellow flag, and I think that's fatal. Going down to now, yeah. Hopefully he's okay. Yeah, he does seem to be. He's got both end plates. So, been okay. But look at Spreader and Matt Daly again. Oh, I hate it when it won't give me a good camera angle. Stick with the on board. Fight, fight, fight. And Later picks up 3 seconds. So there's 3 drivers now. Oh, we got a Ferrari off. Down at turn 2. It's Big D. Oh, that battling that you've done. He's just having to wait here. At the 100-meter board as that would have been operator having a heart-stopping moment there as he approached the Ferrari, but luckily Big D was ghosted, and so John's okay in the end. But really had to do it there. The gap to Gunnar, or between Gunnar and Spreader now, is now 10.2 seconds. This really shows just how much time this battle is costing these 2 drivers. Gunnar and the other guys in the top 3 are very, very quick drivers, but they're not so quick that they should be pulling out 2 seconds in what's been about a lap and a half since I last mentioned it. I've gone to Gunnar here because actually no, let's just go down to Dark, Mark and Robbo. I will go to Gunnar because it appears we're coming into a part of the race where his hard tyres are stronger than the mediums. And he is on the back of Axel, so we will go up to that now. Oh, we got a yellow. Oh, and I think that's fatal. Again, both end plates there. Okay, I think. Tyres might be a bit lit up because he's been in the gravel. Let's go back to Gunnar. Been back a couple of attempts since we last with him, but say he's just coming to this little golden part of the race now where Gumba was my driver of the sprint, Mark. In this sprint, he had an absolutely brilliant sprint in 6 places. As Fatal has had enough in the main race as well and retires out in the pits. Bailey. Oh, Spreader. Oh, he's into the pits. Okay, I thought he'd gone round. He suddenly started dropping down. But no, he's into the pits. And what I want to see from Gunnar here is no heroics. He doesn't need to do anything silly. These 3 guys, if there's no safety cars, are absolutely nailed on for a podium. So a couple more pitters, Scott and Theo in as well. So the undercut's going to be huge here around here, guys. There's no doubt about that. I wouldn't be surprised if when Matt Daly pits, the Spreader suddenly got 2 or 3 seconds on him, maybe even more. Extra tire dead could prove costly later in the race, so he picks up 3 seconds, and oh god, we're good. Lagging around massively on Gunnar's car there. So I expect Matt Daly is quite thankful for Spreader's pit, to be honest. He's finally got a bit of breathing space in this race. Here's Robbo, just the outside of Dark Mark, around the outside into Stowe, and gets that done nicely. No issues there at all, and that is the other McLaren of Dark Lord. He's having a very nice race, by the way. Giving a shout out because he's having a very good race so far. Axel is in from P2. He has been serviced and he's on his way. So, just looking here. Where is Spreader? Spreader is just here. It's a massively long pit stop around here, remember. So, It's the longest pit stop of the season by an absolute mile. And the reason for that is because of the lower pit speed, lower pit lane speed limit of, I think it's 38 miles an hour. Zolly Champ sets fastest lap of the race. No one who's pitted early, trying to make up some positions through undercutting. So I don't know why I'm sticking on Axel there. I was just really looking to see where he came out. And Shrek is in. Shrek is in from the lead, which he has to do because he needs to react, doesn't he, to Axel. He has no choice. Gunnar will presumably go on probably a couple more laps. Well, he may kind of be forced into pitting the end of this lap, actually, in a sort of reaction to the others, but I don't think he should force himself into it. I think if he needs to do a couple more laps, he needs to do them. But where are these guys? Well, this is what I want to see. Axel. Shrek is on exit. That is Shrek just there, so... Well, the undercut's not really... Well, in all honesty, the undercut's done nothing for Axel. He's 1.8 behind. I don't think he was 1.8 behind when he pitted. So, it's not done anything, quite frankly, which is incredible. Because the undercut's been so powerful everywhere else that I've been doing comms. I'm really shocked by that. Unbelievably, Spreader on his fresh hards now is coming up onto the back of Big D. He's still on the mediums that they started the race on after all that battling earlier on they were doing. Moment from Big D obviously drops him a long way back, but... Oh, that's always annoying. Committed to a pit stop and the guy in front of you pits as well. It's a bit annoying, that is. I hate that. I would probably have backed out of the pit stop then, to be honest. Gunnar has continued for another lap, which is, I think, the correct thing to do. He's got to look to later in the race. There's also the chance that a safety car could occur. You never know. Every single race of the season, there's a potential for a safety car to come out. Possibly, apart from Monaco, if they've carried on the recent tradition of not allowing safety cars at Monaco on online lobbies. As the spread is now onto the back of Big D once more. It's a massive grip advantage here, so you'd fancy a pretty easy overtake here. Nothing Big D. Earlier on, Big D was fighting like mad to hold off Spreader, but on this occasion there's just nothing he can do. So it would just cost him time ultimately on his race, so doesn't battle it. He's really extending his medium stint, isn't he, Big D? I'm sure that is very much different to the strategy he'd planned. And I think because of these pit stops, some of the battles are drying up a little bit, but here's one. Here is one. So this one is led by Dark Lord. And he is being followed by Robbo, Dark Mark, and Nifty Shane. Here we go. Dark Mark to the inside. In fact, Dark Mark and Robbo and Nifty Shane, all three of them get past Dark Lord on the straight. So much for some of these camera angles, Cody's. Love you. Nifty Shane here. A little look as Davis is into the pits and is, I think, exiting. Just a couple of cars behind us, or 3 cars behind us, in fact. Maybe not, Ollie's gone past him as well, so forget that. Thank you, Blanche. Okay, Faith. So, I'd suggest if you need help with setups and stuff, see, there's a uh, we put a new page on the Discord where you can ask for help. I've forgotten what we've named it, but there is a page on Discord now where you can ask for help with anything, absolutely anything. You know, whether it's technical stuff to do with your wheel and pedals and stuff like that, or whether it's just setup advice or anything like that. Just put it in there, and anybody can help. So, Matt Daly in, and he's gone to softs. Okay. Gunnar in as well from the lead. So Shrek and Axel have gone through. They are just going through turn 4. So they've got a bit of a lead. In fact, it's quite a big lead. The undercuts were massively over Gunnar. But he did stay out for multiple laps. So they are on 3 and 4 lap old hards now. Gunnar on the fresh mediums. He's going to have a real nice advantage to the end of this race. It's just going to be a case of can he get that almost 8.5 second gap down in time to be able to get past them as well. In fairness, Shrek's actually pulled a gap over Axel, so it's actually more like 10.5 seconds for the race win for Gunnar. It's going to be interesting. It's also the fact that if there was a safety car now, Gunnar would absolutely 100% stay out, and I don't know about Shrek and Axel. I think they'd have to stay out because they know Gunnar was going to, so I don't think they'd have a choice. But let's hope that isn't the case anyway. Let's stay safety car free. For both sprint and race, that would be awesome. Nifty picks up a pen. The overtakes just seem to have dried up a little bit at the moment, but that's okay. We've got a couple of drivers further down that are close together that we haven't really seen on the stream at all for the race, for the main race. So let's just go to these two, get them a bit of stream time. No plate advice, he's sticking with it. He's still out there. He's made his stop, and he's he's about 8 seconds closer to the next car than he was after he had his incident. So he is pulling time back. See if Yo can get a run on Scott coming out of Maggots and Beckett's down the straight. It's close to the back of Scott. He hits it at Cops. I don't think this is me. I think this is Theo having some lag issues there. So close coming out of Cops, but seems to have lost quite a lot from Maggots and Beckett, so doesn't get close enough by the end of the straight to have a look. As Matt almost, obviously I'd say, sets fastest lap of the race, although Big D went to the softs as well, so he might be able to fight for that. And he is 1 lap younger at tyres than Matt Daly, so yeah, Scott just looks like he's getting away a bit now, so let's move away. The just a look behind that is Dark Lord back there. A good race, this Dark Lord. And he is penalty free, so I'm pretty sure Nifty's got a couple of penalties at least. So I don't want to look at them just yet, but we'll just have a look at the... Oh, no, actually, we've got an overtake going on, so Nifty Shane gets to the inside and has the move done before really breaking for the corner. Dark Mike looks to come back at him, but I don't think he's quite going to get alongside into the stadium, so... Nifty holds him off, but yeah, and obviously Nifty with that penalty, so... There we go, some... We will actually go up to Matt Daly in a second. In fact, not in a second, we will go... I just want to hold off a second, just see these guys... Oh, I was going to say see these guys on this straight, but that might look like he struggled to get out of the corner a little bit there. So the move's not going to come there. So let's go to Matt Daly. He's trying to get past Spreader. Not a lot Spreader can do about this. That's got penalties, so I think Spreader just has to sort of concede that. He's got a driver, obviously Spreader on 8-lap old hards, Matt on 3-lap old softs, so he's always going to have the pace advantage there, Matt. But picks up another penalty coming out of Cops, so Spreader will know, he just needs to stay on him. Get a little toe now as well, which will help. That getting 4 attempts down that straight. So it's going to struggle to stay within that 1 second, you would think, through the corners. And back down to these guys. Some very, very good races going on out there. I have to say, there's some standouts. Shrek, without a doubt, is standing out. Ooh, look at me, I'm rhyming. Gruner's got the gap to Axel down to 4 seconds. He's halved it, just over halved it. Plenty of time left. There's a genuine chance for Guinness to take P2. I think the race win's probably a little bit out, you know, out of reach, but whereas he's taken 4 odd seconds out of Axel, he's actually only taken about 2 seconds out of Shrek, so I don't think he's likely to be able to catch that. And oh my goodness, there's a massively close battle here. Look at this one. This is Atkins, Dark Lord, and Davis battling together. Into Cops. They're now going through Maggots and Beckett's. And Dark Lord, you would think, is going to be vulnerable here down the straight for Atkins. He has a bit of energy, ideally doesn't want to use it. Looks like he gets the move done quite nicely. He holds it round the right hander very nicely there, Atkins, and completes the move up into P9. But once again, another driver who does have penalty. So I think it looks to me roughly around about half the field with penalties at the moment. Which isn't actually that bad for Silverstone. It's not hard to pick up penalties around Silverstone, particularly because of Cops, Maggots and Beckett's. I think those corners, and Stowe actually, all 4 of those corners are a pain for penalties. Cops is probably the most annoying because with Cops you can go completely off track and not get a warning. Literally put the outside of your left wheel off track and it will give you a warning, which is obviously not correct. Right on the back of Dark Lord, but Davis as well has a penalty. Oh no! Oh, Dark Lord got a hit. I think he was caught out. It looked like Atkins came off the gas a little bit or something like that for Cops, and it looked to me like it caught Dark Lord out completely. And then when Atkins turned in, he hit the front of Dark Lord's car. I don't think that was in any way an attempt of a move from Dark Lord. I think that was just that he got caught out by what happened. It's made Davis have some sort of little wobble as well, which has allowed Ollie Champion. Hey, Chuds. You can keep hoping, mate. He's absolutely nowhere near one, so he's definitely going to be crabby later on. In all fairness, he's had a decent race. In all fairness, there's not a lot. He ended up. He's been in a really tight battle with Matt Daly throughout this race, but the two of them battling together lost him so much time to the three ahead that the podium's chances went out the window quite early on, to be honest. But he's favourite to take that P4, with Matt having, I believe, multiple penalties. As Scott goes fastest. Yeah, yes, he switched to the soft tyre, and he's put in the fastest lap of the race. Fair play, Scott. He's gone to that soft a little bit early, really, because he's still left the door open for somebody else to do it. Yeah, he's getting away on the soft Juds, but he's as I say, he's got multiple penalties, bud. I think he's got at least 9 seconds, so he won't be getting away far enough. I know he's got at least 6, and I'm pretty sure he's got 9. So battles have just simmered down a little bit now as we go into the last few laps, the closing stages. And let's start thinking about a driver of the day. Matt Daly's had a great race at 10 places, but as you guys will know, I won't give a driver of the day to a driver with a penalty, so you won't be getting that. Gumbo was the driver of the sprint race, in my opinion, but yeah, I can't really look at him. He's down 3 places in the main race, so that sort of puts him at contention, I think. Looks like Gunnar's just beginning to struggle to close the gap a little bit to Axel now. Maybe that advantage on the medium tyre is just beginning to wane a bit. Davis up 6, but he has a penalty. Who's gained places and is penalty free? To be quite honest, looking up and down the list, I don't think I can look at like that. I can look past Shrek at the moment. I think Shrek, as things stands right now, as long as nothing drastic happens in the last 2 laps, I don't think I can really. Don't think I can really look anywhere else other than Shrek, to be honest with you. He's been superb. He qualified P2 in the short qualifying. He then won the sprint race, and it looks like at the moment he's going to win the feature race as well. So maximum points from a sprint weekend. Where Axel's pace in the short quali looked like he may be a bit dominant, but turned out that in race trim, Shrek has certainly been the dominant force. As surprised as he seemed to be by it in the sprint race. We are on to the final lap. The leaders have just gone on to the final lap, and I think really, to be honest, I'm going to go to Shrek and let's see him rang this final lap, because it's not really much in terms of battles going on as such, so let's as an overtake occurs between Atkins and Davis, but in fact, sorry Shrek, I've got to go down to that. They are actually battling away. So we get a yellow flag, and it's a McLaren, and it's Dark Lord. Had a little bit of a moment. Keep going. Lord, one more lap. It's a shame. Two or three times I've mentioned how good a race Dark Lord was having. That contact with Atkins just unfortunately has ruined it all for him. He was having a very good race. Anyway, back to Shrek. We can see down the back straights. Comes then into the stadium one last time, and it's been an absolute epic win for Shrek. My driver of the day, race winner, sprint winner, qualified P2. It's a disaster of a podium for me in terms of podium interviews because I got two non-Xbox players. Really got to get that sorted out. Keep forgetting. Gunnar takes P3, so Axel P2, Gunnar 3 in a very, very solid drive. Spreader, very good drive from Spread, P4. Robbo 5, Matt Daly picks up P6 in the end after the penalties are sorted out. Dark Mark P7, Nifty Shane P8, Atkins in 9. Oh, hang on, that's just changed. Gumba has gone up to P9. Oh. Atkins P10, Davis P11, Ollie P12, Big D P13, BO 14, Dark Lord 15 when he comes round. So it's a bit of a shame for Dark Lord. He's had a much better race than P15 suggests. He's had a much better race than that. 16th for Operator, well done lad. Scotty comes around in 17th. Did he hold on to fastest lap? I'm not sure. Oh, Operator's dropped down. He must have had some penalties. He's dropped down. Oh, either that or he left and it DNF'd him. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. But Game gives driver the day to Nifty Shame, but not for me, I'm afraid. So onto the podium we come. And a bit of champagne spraying between the lads, but that's enough of that. And here we go. Let's go to. Oh, can't get rid of that first. Right, race results. So we're pretty much down at the end in a way, but just to confirm the rest. So, yeah, I think. Yeah. So Operator had 12 seconds, so it's dropped him down to P18. So Dark Lord was 15, Scott in 16, Vice 17. Well done, Vice. Tough after the early spin, and just unlucky not to get a safety car to get you back into the race, quite frankly. So just unlucky, man, but interesting. But well done for carrying on. Operator 18 and Fatal are only DNF of the evening, P19. Fastest lap does indeed go to Scott, 128.291. Go to the race director. It actually has given me the instance, which is incredible. Let's go to the boys. There we go. I can't get the I can't get the top two in for an interview, guys. So I think because of that, I think I might just leave the podium interviews for this week. And I promise you, I will not forget this week to sort that out, because it's quite clear that Shrek and Axel are going to be fighting for podiums regularly throughout this season. So I'm going to make sure I get it sorted out, because I know you can get cross-play in for interviews. I just can't. I can't remember how. So what I'm going to do, guys, we'll forget the podium interviews tonight. So Gunnar, if you're listening, I won't do it tonight, as you other two. But I'll try and make sure I get that sorted out for next week, guys. Okay. Okay. Well, to all of you guys out there that have been watching along with me, I'm sure you agree what a race that was. That was absolutely brilliant. The sprint race as well was absolutely insane. So what a night this has been. Fantastic for PRF1. It's restored my hope a little bit, or my faith a little bit in the game as well, to be quite honest with you. So well done to all the drivers out there because they did really, really well. But yeah, as always, guys, thank you to all of you that watched along with me and everybody that makes the comments and keeps me sort of, gives me something to talk about as we're going through. So thank you to all of you. Thanks to everybody that watches the stream back at a later point as well. I really appreciate it. Every league that I do really appreciates it as well. So thank you to all of you. Good night, God bless. I will be back for comms on Sunday at 8 p.m. for HRF1. So come and join me for that. But have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you then.